5-minute teardown of my Fitbit Charge HR. Well, this is my Fitbit Charge HR. It's in a bit of a sorry state, hasn't been used for years, and it kept getting broken and twisted, and the strap kept detaching, so it was super glued on, which is why it's in a very bit of a state. The environment at work, where I was putting my hands into tight spaces and in equipment and moving things around, and wasn't very good for it. And so eventually it got replaced. As you can see, everything was falling apart, and I just kept dabbing super glue on to hold it in place, as it didn't seem to be replaceable in any way. But there you have it. Manky is not the word. It's a right old state. But it worked right up to the end. It was still working till the battery went flat, so I'll give them that. It's a hardy little thing. I had a problem here. None of the screwdrivers would seem to fit it, and it was hard to see what was in there. So we'll get the microscope out and see if that helps. Well, it's a bit hard to see here. I'm trying to focus in, but it's a Torx. It's a little star-shaped screw. It's a very tiny Torx screw, and I don't have anything that will fit it. So it'll be back in a minute when I found the way of releasing it. As you can see there, the defined Torx screw, sorry. Well, using the microscope, I managed to bodge a screwdriver in and remove the 4 screws. So I'll speed up the bit here where I'm taking the case apart. Well, the face finally comes apart, and looking in, there's a near field communication coil in the front just below the display, so not sure what that part that plays, but it's all in good condition, that bit. You can see there's the coil. Not quite sure what's on that white bit, but still yucky on the outside. And looking at this bit, it's quite compact. That's the vibrating motor, and I'm just pulling at it and seeing what comes off next. There's the switch mechanism. I ran into a voiceover because there was some background noise and when I filmed it earlier, and so I've got to try and think of what I said as I was taking it apart. But you know, looks like I'm just poking around the display. It's an OLED display, very simple display, and we'll try and get a look at some of the ICs and all the sticky labels. But well done to Fitbit. They've crammed a lot in. Here we can see a close-up of one chip and OAP something. It's a bit hard getting the lighting on it, and there's one down there that's got a strange name, but then I suppose you might take a picture of the map on it. But we'll see if we can find some data sheets later. Here we have a close-up of the Torx screw. I haven't got any Torx screwdrivers that close, but as you can see, the Swiss Army knife comes into the rescue, and the blade just about manages to do it. Now we get a quick look of the board underneath. That's plastic riveted into the bottom case, and there's the ribbon cable connector or flexi connector. There's the 2 spring power connectors for recharging the battery, and that is the LEDs and the sensor for detecting your heartbeat. Here we can see the pressure sensor for measuring how many stairs you go up and down. Here we have some still pictures of the chips on the board, so if you want to do a bit more research, just freeze the frames and have a look at the chips. There are quite a few ball grid arrays, and so I don't recognise any of the numbers, and I think it might be quite hard to find information on them, but I'll have a try. If I find anything, I'll let you know. But yep, there we go, all the chips on the board. Just a close-up of the battery. You can see what looks like a protection board inside. Not take any further than that. And then looking at the RFID, you can just make out the little tiny chip connected to the antenna. Well, if you like what you see, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, comment down below. Love comments, love answering them. But best of all, subscribe and help me boost my channel. I'll catch you later.